Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday, and welcome back to Coffee with Kem and Hills. I'm not gonna lie, I'm stuffed. I had 2 breakfasts this morning. One was like normal, wake up, have breakfast. The second one that I decided I needed to have was on my way here, Dunkin' Donuts. Like full bagel cream cheese situation. They don't skimp on the cream cheese, I will say.
Okay.
But it was only $2.50.
Well, there you go.
So I was like, inflation who?
Right? There you go, Dunkin'. I didn't know that they had bagels.
You didn't at Dunkin'?
It's Dunkin' Donuts. Like, I would only get a donut at Dunkin' Donuts.
They have really nice like breakfast sandwiches too.
Oh, okay.
They even have like Beyond Meat sausage sandwiches and things. Like they're really kind of going for it right now.
Fancy.
I sound very familiar with Dunkin' Donuts, which I proudly am.
Well, you know, you're pregnant, so like you totally should be having 2 breakfasts. One for you, one for the baby.
Yeah, the baby asked for it. The baby needed it.
Exactly.
That's what I say with my weird cravings now. The baby needs it.
Also, if you aren't pregnant and you're hungry for 2 breakfasts, like, do you.
Do you. And that's it for Coffee with Kem and Hills.
Right? And we're done. That's all the advice we're giving you today, and enjoy.
Right. So, well, basically, I'm now trying to fight the food coma with coffee. But, you know, we are here. We have made it. It's Thursday. That's very exciting. And we've got some hot topics.
Yeah, we've got some fun hot topics
We
today.
do have some fun hot topics today. Our first one is from The Motley Fool. I just like that title. Sounds like a rock band or something.
It's true.
4 ways you can crush your retirement goals while you're in your 30s.
What?
We like this.
I paid attention to this article.
Yeah, me too. Not because we're in our 30s or anything. I know, we like the ones that apply to us. The millennial topics, the ones about your 30s, the ones about parents, which is our next one.
Right.
So this is great. It's all about us.
Right?
Okay, so the first tip is start where you are. Monitor your income, your expenses, create a debt repayment plan. It's kind of about like all the things that we talk about here on Healthy Wealthy Wednesday.
And I think the other thing is that they also mention, and just kind of briefly, but I think this was the biggest takeaway, is to start in your 30s. A lot of times people think that, oh, I have time until I retire. I'm not retiring until my 60s or my 70s, whatever the case may be. But you need that time to start investing, start saving now so that you can enjoy your retirement.
Well, and not to be Debbie Downer, but as we've learned, you're actually kind of late if you're starting in your 30s.
True.
You really want to start in your 20s if you really want to like make it easier on yourself.
Right. But if you haven't started in your 20s, definitely start in your 30s.
Yes. And I think it's when we start to think about it more seriously as well, because a lot of people are buying homes for the first time, are starting their families. People used to do that in their 20s, I think. But I think now women, though, more women are working.
Still do, but like, you know, the average age, I believe, of women having children has increased.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I know. I feel like all of my friends around the same time, it was... Yeah, it was, you know, mid-30s. Everyone was like, now's the time. Now's the time. We were busy working before.
Exactly. Work.
That's right. Work. Yep. We got the tunes here and everything.
You know it.
Next tip, plan ahead for the future you want. That's important. What is your target retirement date? What activities will you pursue in retirement? That's important.
How much do you think you'll spend?
Yeah.
Because like, what sort of activities do you want to do? Do you want to buy a house in the woods and just like sit there
Never see another
and
human
enjoy
being
it
again.
and maybe go fishing and like do lots of outdoor activities? Or do you want to spend your retirement traveling?
That's
You
me.
need to be able to budget for that.
That's why I need to start saving in my 20s.
Yeah. Same.
I want to venture the world.
My parents are both retired and have really been enjoying it. I'm not going to lie. And it's great.
That's like really their golden years.
Yeah. And they are traveling way more. And, you know,
That's the dream.
They were really frustrated when COVID hit because they had multiple trips planned that all got canceled or put off.
That's a bummer.
So, yeah.
But like they're living their best life.
Oh, for sure.
You kind of want your last leg of life to be your prime. Like, I love that, like, thinking of it that way, you know?
And it's very interesting, and I was having this conversation with my husband the other day, was, you know, my parents are traveling a lot, and I was like, maybe they're traveling too much because they are getting older, and my husband was like, yeah, but in 5 years, probably closer to 10 years from now, they might not be able to travel as much or travel at all.
Right.
Or enjoy the traveling to the degree that they are right now.
Right, so do it now.
So they're doing it now.
Yeah.
Like they just went to Patagonia and were hiking for 10 days. Like,
oh, they're doing like physical things while they're traveling.
Yeah, physical things. They hiked Mount Kilimanjaro a couple of years ago.
I feel like if they're doing things like that, they're prolonging the they're keeping their bodies young, they're moving.
They're very active for sure, which is great. But you know, to my husband's point, like it might not be forever that they get to have these active trips, so they're taking full advantage right now.
Wow. I mean, so clearly they planned accordingly. They planned right.
Yes.
You have some good influence.
They also live in an area where things have appreciated a lot, which is very good.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes.
Yeah, you can't always plan for that.
No.
Sometimes that's just the luck of the draw.
Yes.
All right, so number 3. Ramp up your savings with workplace contributions. So we're talking your 401k. For 2022, you can contribute up to $20,500 to employee plans like 401ks, 403bs, or thrift savings plan. TSP is the abbreviation for it, if you needed me to spell that out for you.
Right. So, 401k, and you can also get, if you have an employer match for your 401k, to really make sure that you are maximizing your 401k in your 30s. If you can afford to contribute that $20,500, do that. And if your employer matches up to 3% or whatever the case may be, make sure you're getting at least that, if that's the most that you can afford to contribute at this point. Because basically, if you're able to put in $600 a month and your employer matches that, then you're putting in $1,200 a month, which is
you're sitting pretty.
awesome.
That's awesome. It's free money.
Yeah.
Come on. You get to travel in retirement.
Right.
That's what that means.
Ears open.
All right, next up, add an IRA to your retirement portfolio. Expansion.
So whether that's a traditional or a Roth IRA, and do you remember the difference between the two?
Oh, it's confusing. It's about tax. One you get taxed putting it in, and one you get taxed taking it out.
Yeah. So your traditional, you get taxed taking it out because your money goes in pre-tax.
The Roth IRA, you get taxed putting it in.
And then it grows. And then when you take it out for qualified expenses or when you hit your retirement age, then you can take it out without paying the taxes on the growth.
See?
So she had it.
I had it.
There you go.
Yes! Got one! Oh my gosh, can we please go to commercial break on that high note? Feeling very good about myself. Okay, we are gonna take a quick commercial break now that you are all experts on how to crush your retirement goals. If you're in your 30s or whenever, really.
Yeah.
But we'll be right back with more Hot Topics. All right, welcome back, everyone. We're going to dive into another hot topic, and this is from the Daily Herald, titled "Money Matters," right? How to be your kid's primary personal finance teacher.
This was interesting. So Utah is the only state that has a financial literacy class requirement
To graduate high school, right?
Exactly.
For graduation.
Yep. It's
Brilliant.
newer. Hasn't been a part of the curriculum for a super long period of time, but it's the only state.
And it's showing like positive outcomes, right?
Yes.
With the children. Come on.
Who knew that teaching kids about financial literacy would pay off in their 20s and 30s and beyond?
I feel like financial literacy classes should start in elementary school, honestly.
Yeah.
Like start really basic and it grows with the children, you know?
Well, and I think the interesting thing with this article, and it had some really great tips, and we'll go into it, it kind of tailors it to the age range that you have. Because, yeah, you're teaching different things to different kids. Right. Just like when we were talking about retirement goals in your 30s is different than retirement goals in your 40s, in your 50s,
right,
in your 60s. Like,
right.
It's just different. So, and especially with kids, they have different comprehension levels and experience levels with money.
Yep. So it is
You're fine.
To be or not to be.
To be or not to be. All right, so it is important to make money an ongoing conversation. It needs to evolve with your children as your children get older.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think, involving them in smaller financial decisions and including, just having the conversation about money kind of freely with your kids and having it be age appropriate feels, I don't know, normal to me.
Right, you don't have to be like, oh, I missed my credit card bill and...
Right. Not with a year-old child or a 4-year-old. They're just going to be like, what's a credit card? Well, mine knows what it is because she likes to put it into the slot. She doesn't understand what it does yet.
She is financially literate. I like to help kids learn to save for themselves. So incentivize, earning money to save up for something that they want. Or even if it's something like they're going to their friend's birthday party and they want to get their friend a present. Say, all right, well, what are ways that we can earn some money to get that present you want to get your friend?
Right.
Even if it's not just for them.
Yeah. Or, your menu planning for the week. If you're that organized, I don't know if you are. No judgment, I promise.
We all want to be.
But having them help with looking through the grocery store things that come in the mail, the grocery store mailers. There's probably a better name for that.
Those grocery store mailers, man.
But they tell you what's on sale, and having the kids help you figure out what to cook that week based off of what they're interested in eating and what's on sale.
Right. And even when you go to the grocery store, you can see what's on sale in front of you and say, oh, okay, well, look at this option and this option. Which do you think is the best? And just having them be more hands-on with the decision making. And it makes them feel like they have a bit of authority in, the financial household planning that's happening. It gives them confidence as well.
Yeah, I was at Target a couple weeks ago with my daughter, and she really wanted this one Easter decoration, which it was adorable, but we have lots of Easter decorations. We did not need another one.
Right.
And then she got really fixated on getting a toy because we walked around the store.
Yeah.
And then she got fixated on getting some bubble bath. And
someone wanted a shopping.
Yeah, she wanted to.
She was on a full shopping spree.
Exactly. And she was like, "But Mama, I can get all of this stuff." And I was like, "You can choose one."
Right.
Because they were all about the same price. And I was just like, you can choose one. And she was just like, but I want them all. And I was like, well, here's your budget. And you can choose, they all fit in your budget. And you can choose one of them. And she chose the bubble bath because it was going to last the longest.
I was hoping she was going to choose the bubble bath. I love a bubble bath.
Yeah, I mean, I don't get to take them often these days, but
no,
they are
very
amazing.
true. Very, very true. A great opportunity for teenagers to start saving is by maybe having a summer job or an after-school job, and that way they do actually have income coming in, and you can start having that conversation about maybe opening up a bank account and saving the money that they're making and just budgeting, what will be your spending money and what will be money that you're saving for the future. That is a great way to learn the discipline of working and making money, but also learning how to budget at a young age.
Yeah. And if your child is younger, maybe figuring out some chores around the house that they can do and then they get paid for them.
I can't wait till my kids are old enough to do that.
Seriously.
I will be so into that. I'm
right?
Yes.
And then, having helping them not necessarily spend their money, but having them see their money. This is why piggy banks are so great because kids get to physically see their money.
Use a mason jar or something that's see-through so that they can actually see it grow.
And we've had friends, this is before I had kids, so I wasn't like quite paying attention, but there is the spend, save, gift or give buckets.
Yeah.
And so having either a jar or a piggy bank for each of those pieces, and then you can break $1, or maybe it's whatever the case may be, $3, and there's $1 that goes into each bucket so that they get money to spend, they get money to save, and then they get money to gift to charity.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that offers so much like opportunity for conversation about so many things. I like that a lot. I need to write that down.
There's also like banks that you can, like kids banks that you can get that will do that for you with coinage. Like,
That's
so it's
sweet.
got like 3 little, I don't know.
Like a toy bank that you have in the house. Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like a real like kids bank. Like, here we're going to kids bank.
Oh, business opportunity.
Business opportunity. There you go. It might be more in demand as more people are trying to help their children learn about finances. A tip for preteens is help them create a personal budget that includes savings. Teens, help them set up a bank account, we've talked about. And introduce the concept of compound interest as incentive, as a way to remember to always be adding money, because that money then is going to grow.
Yep.
I think that's, I mean, to me, that was something that I learned here that I was like, ooh, remember. It's a good one to remember. And set a good example. So children are always learning by example. So they're going to watch your spending habits, and that's going to influence the choices that they potentially make down the road. So really try and, lead by example if you can.
Yes.
And if you're going to be wild, just do it in the privacy of your own time.
But it is amazing what kids pick up, whether it's positive or negative.
They're sponges. Truly, they're sponges, aren't
so, setting that good example, and I think that goes with any parenting thing, right? Like setting that good example, do what I say, and then also see what I do.
Yeah. Oh, it's a lot of pressure.
It's a lot of pressure. and you can also have that conversation with your kids too. If it's not a major like if you screw up financially and your kids are old enough to kind of understand, and it's not like a huge major thing where it would then make them worry or something like that. But having the conversation with them, like, I missed a credit card payment and now I have to pay an additional $50. And this was silly of me to do that, and therefore how am I going to amend that in the future?
And that all comes down to like that full sort of financial transparency within the household, and how that's really just going to better, the chances of the future generations being more prepared, with their financial planning, their retirement someday, their like when they want to buy their first home. I mean, literally everything in your life. I mean, it affects everything in your life, which is why it baffles me that it's not in every school system.
I mean, it might even affect them so much sooner than that with student loans.
Oh, yeah.
I think if I had had probably more financial conversations with my parents, I probably wouldn't have gone to a school where I needed to get student loans.
Right.
I probably would have chosen an in-state school where it wouldn't have been as expensive.
Right.
And it would have been more affordable.
Right.
Now, I loved my education, don't get me wrong, but at the same time,
if
like,
you understood all of the
if I understood all the ins and outs, I didn't think of the financial ramifications.
Right.
And your kid might, if they understand that going into the college process.
Yes. Yep. Gotta have the conversations. Right. We don't need to be so secret anymore. Gone are the days of financial secrecy.
Exactly.
It's 2022, people.
Yep.
Come on. All right, we are going to take a quick commercial break, but we will be right back to tell you about the shows airing today on ROI TV. Welcome back, everyone. I just wanted to remind you of what episodes are airing today that you will not want to miss. Options Crash Course, Elder Talk, and Browns in Suits, all on ROI TV, which you can check out on a million different streaming platforms, which are
also known as Roku, Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, or on your phone, whether it's an Apple or an Android.
There you go. There you have it. Thank you so much for joining us for another week of Coffee with Kem and Hills. We will see you soon. Grab your cup of coffee and learn about finances.
All right.